YouTube family, hello and welcome to another practice with me, Kat Meffan. So just a short and sweet practice today to work on our spinal mobility and to really start to look at how the breath can help us with that movement. So this is a really amazing practice to do either before a longer practice, especially if there's a practice you know it's going to involve back bends, or a really good practice if you have kind of that icky, achy feeling when you wake up and you want to open through the spine. Or like me, I have a niggly lower spine injury that comes on every now and again. And this is the sequence that I would do just to alleviate that pain a little bit. Obviously, if it is something that you're looking at from an injury point of view, please make sure you consult a medical professional before doing this practice, because every single injury is different and every single body is different. So we're going to get on into it. So to begin with, we're just going to start in an all fours position. And every little bit of movement in this practice is going to be super slow and super controlled, okay? So here we're going to work through cat-cow together, but instead of just your average, open, close, we're going to be doing it really, really carefully, inhaling to the count of 5 as we lift, movement starting from the pelvis, and then exhaling to the count of 5, again, movement starting from the pelvis, and just feeling into that really slow movement as we flex and extend here. So as we go, we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Like I said, starting with the pelvis first. We inhale 1. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. 2 more like this. Last one. And then coming to find a neutral position. Maybe walking the left hand out a little bit, just so it's just in front of that left shoulder. I'm going to bring the right fingertips to the ear. We're going to inhale super slowly again, opening out to the side. And then exhale as you close it down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to neutral, switching hands. Left fingertips now come by the left ear. And again, we inhale, we open the elbow up to the sky. Remember, super slow movement. Allow the breath to guide you. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Releasing that left hand down. Finding an all fours position, sort of pretty neutral. Doesn't matter if you're a little bit wider. And you're going to start to move the body with a little bit more freedom now. So Staying with that slow breath, if you can, staying with that inhale and exhale count of 5, but starting to move side to side, round in circles, backwards, forwards. You can pause in any moments that feel like they are needing your attention, needing your breath. So much of this practice is really about how you use your breath, less about the movement. And then we're going to take it all the way back to a narrow leg child's pose. So knees together, allow the spine to round, close down the eyes. And then rounding the spine even more as you come up through rabbit. So that's to lift the hips and come onto the crown of the head. Arms stay as they are. If it feels like too much pressure on the head, you can just stay in that narrow leg child's pose. Bring the bottom back down to the heels. Place the fingertips down and then just push yourself all the way up to a low kneeling position at the back of the mat. Drop the chin down to the chest. Take half neck circles here. Right ear coming round to right shoulder, down through center, and then up to the left. And then bringing the head up through neutral. Place the hands in front of you, just tuck under the toes. And you can see I've taken my toes a little bit wider because I'm going to push myself back into a Malasana. You can take a block and sit yourself up on a block if you want to, but you don't have to because we're going to be coming into a spinal rounding. It might be quite nice to, even if you're pretty open here, so that you can focus on the rounding spine. So interlace the hands behind the head, drawing the triceps down. So you're drawing those triceps down in between the thighs. Again, finding that breath as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly releasing the hands down. And just take the fingertips down. If they don't reach, you can just bring the hands to the heart space. And you could separate, just move the block away if you wanted to and just come down to Malasana if you can feel like you can neutralize the spine here quite a bit. And you can play around here. If you're pretty deep in your Malasana, you can almost play around with this anterior and posterior tilt of the pelvic bone. So moving here, finding that little kind of sweet spot. You'll know when you're sticking it too far out and in, and then you want to find that middle neutral position. And then placing the hands down, you're going to walk the hands forwards and make your way into a downward facing dog, bending through the right leg, and then switching as you bend through the left leg. Bend through the right, and then through the left. And just keep moving slowly through that pedaling motion through the feet. Super slow, remember, this whole practice. Sometimes I feel like I have to remind people as soon as we go into something like a downward facing dog, the tendency is to be like, oh, it's a vinyasa flow, let's go, go, go. But no, really, really want to invite that slow, fluid movement here. Always just being kind to the body. And then take an inhale as you take this big spinal wave forwards. Drop the knees down and then just very carefully, slowly lowering yourself all the way down to the belly. Separate the feet slightly. Fingertips come up to the top corners of the mat. Elbows up to the sky. Forehead is down. We're going to undulate through a few little cobras here with the breath as you inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. You do not need to go too far here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Beautiful. You're going to take that right arm all the way out wide. You can take it straight if you've got space, or cactus. You're going to push yourself over onto that right arm. And then maybe with the left foot, you step it behind the right leg. And you can stay pretty gentle here. Remember, being really steady with the body. We're not trying to force anything. Just noticing how the spine feels, the whole torso. What's happening in the body here. Rolling back gently through center. And then carefully taking it over to the other side. Rolling onto that left hip. And either just keeping the legs stacked or stepping that right foot behind you. And then coming all the way back down through center. Placing both hands underneath the shoulders. And then push yourself all the way back, finding Anahatasana, so our melting heart. Maybe coming up onto the fingertips if you have space in the shoulders here. As we inhale, finding this length. Again, super slow to the count of 5. And then exhale as we allow the spine to open. And then inhale as we lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, allow that heart to melt. Again, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, melt. And then inhale, bringing yourself all the way back up to a downward facing dog, really slowly making your way there. You're going to step that right foot to the outside of the right hand. And then we're going to inhale, sweep the right arm up. So we're getting this little twist action now through the spine. So open it as far as you can. And then exhale as you bring that elbow down and in. And when you bring that elbow down and in, there's kind of this slight rounding of the spine here. We inhale, open. And we exhale, round it. Inhale, open. Exhale, round it. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Drop that back knee down and just allow yourself a moment into the hips. I know, not what this practice is about, but the spine, of course, connects straight into the hips, the pelvis. So really opening through that pelvic space and therefore into the hips can also be a really beautiful unlocking of the spine. So just a couple of breaths moving around in circles here. And then lifting up that back knee, stepping it all the way back to your downward facing dog. And then we're going to step that left foot to the outside of the left hand. We're going to inhale, twist it open, heart to the sky. Exhale, draw the elbow in and round. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, elbow in and round. Inhale, twist and open. Exhale, elbow in and round. Inhale, last one, twist and open. And exhale, bring it in and round. Left hand comes down, drop the back knee down. And a little shift side to side. Just finding that little bit of freedom in the hips here. And then from here, I'm just going to step that left knee all the way back to meet the right knee and just come to sit on the heels. And just have the hands interlaced behind the back. Take an inhale, lift the heart space. Holding here, drawing those shoulders back. And then slowly release, bringing your bottom down to the ground so you can edge those feet or that bottom forwards a little bit. Now, depending on how you're feeling today and your reason to come into this practice, you may want to take different options here. So option number one would just be to come into a low supported bridge. So you can see I've got the block on the lowest setting and I'm just going to hold on here. You can obviously alter which way you take this, or we're going to come into a Halasana plow, which can be really lovely and opening, but it again really just depends on your reason for coming to this practice and how you're feeling today. So if we're going to take your Halasana plow, slowly setting yourself up with the legs coming all the way up to the sky, pushing into the hands, maybe catching the back to support you. And then interlacing the hands down to the mat. Tops of the feet meet the ground. Close the eyes and just be here for a moment. Again, those slow breaths flowing through the body. Couple more breaths here. with control, really gently bringing yourself all the way down. And you're just going to grab your block and place your block. You can lift up onto your shoulders. You're going to place your block in between the shoulder blades. Allow the head to drop back, and you can come into a Supta Baddha Konasana if you want to. I'm just going to reach the arms out. And if you have a bolster and you prefer doing this on a bolster, you can. Sometimes it's actually quite nice to feel like the hard edges of the block kind of massaging into that space between the shoulder blades, but it's all very personal and depends on how you're feeling. So just finding whatever it is that you need here today. And of course, as always, the option to stay exactly as you are. And if you are ready to gently move away from the practice, just slowly, so slowly and carefully bringing yourself to a comfortable seated position. You may want to come through a little Shavasana first. Please do not rush. I am going to love you and leave you here today. Thank you so much for flowing slowly with me. Lots of love. Bye-bye.